everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. So glad you're here. Now, today I'm going to be working with Colorado Craft Company's a couple of their mini dies. I've got Watering Can Mini, and I've got Stay Curious, and I've got their matching dies to go along with it. Now, Colorado Craft Company is a super sponsor for Kendra's Card Challenge 14, and I wanted to highlight them today and mention that they are a super sponsor who provides us with material to work with, as well as opportunities for prizes for our participants. So I'm just going to be working with this today, and I'm going to use two of my Kendra's Card Challenge sketches. I'm going to use sketch 13 and sketch 14, and we'll be putting two cards together. So I've laid down my watering can die, and now I'm laying down my little Stay Curious die. And one of them says relax, and the other one says stay curious. And I thought, I like these two. I thought they were super sweet, but they kind of made me think I've got a little getaway going on this weekend. And both of them kind of reminded me of the getaway, and that I'm going to go and relax, but I'm also going to stay curious because I'm going to be trying some new things that I've never done before. And I thought these two little miniature stamps just kind of represented what I've got planned for this weekend. So I'm getting them stamped down with my Memento black ink, and I'm going to give it a couple stampings because it is new. I did try to rub my fingers on these stamps. They're both new, and it took a couple of stampings. And I'm just going to press down in areas where I think it needs a little bit more pressure, and then we'll just pull this off and get to working on these. Now I'm going to bring in some of my alcohol markers and do some coloring on these stamps, and I'm just picking out the colors that I want to use. I've got a terracotta pot there with a little kitten who's sticking out the end of it, and there's a little bit of grass down below, and then I've got a watering can with another little kitten. So I'm just picking some colors that I think will work well with these, and I'm just going to grab everything that I need, and then we're going to get to coloring. So now I don't use Copic markers. I don't have any. I've mentioned on my channel, I don't think I'm a good enough color to have Copic. I've been practicing and working, and eventually I'll earn the right to get them. But for now, I'm using these markers that I have here. So I'm going to get to coloring on this, and it is going to take me a minute to get all this coloring done. And so what I thought I would do is just go ahead and speed it up and play some music. You can watch me color, then we'll come back and assemble. Okay, so that was fun. We've got all of our coloring done, and we've got all of our die cutting, and I've got my two little images and my little sentiments, and I've trimmed. I actually blended around the terracotta pot to make it match my panel. And I'm going to start with this one first, and you can see I've got this panel of Tuscan cardstock here that I've already die cut some things out, and it's pretty close to the edge. But I didn't want to use a full panel, and I thought surely I could use this if I position my paper correctly. So I need two card bases. I need a top folding and then a side folding that I'm actually going to turn landscape. And I'm going to use this Tuscan paper, and I'm going to figure out how I can lay this green on there and to where it'll cover up those holes, and I'll still have a nice little edge around there. So I'm going to have to get in there pretty tight because the die cuts were fairly close to the edge there. But I've got it lined up, and I'm going to just bring in my trimmer and trim it off so that I have a similar edge on there as I do on the sides where those die cuts were. So we'll just trim this up, and that will line this green paper. And I wanted to bring some more of that color in since I'm going to use it on like a rectangle shape there. So I'm just going to get this laid down on the card panel. And because I had to trim it, I am going to have a little white edge on my card panel. And I'm okay with that. I think it'll look good with this plaid paper that I've got here because it's got some white in it as well. And I love this pattern paper. This pattern paper is a Recollections pattern paper, and it was relatively inexpensive. And I had it in my stash, and it had a couple of patterns in it that I really liked, the plaids and then that green. And I thought it would look nice with my little images. So I'm just going to layer this up. And this paper, I'm not sure you can tell on screen, but it does have kind of that golden color in it as well. And so that's why I brought in the golden rectangle. And I'm going to use these banners. And I did use Lynn's Easy Wonder Die 1 to do my banners and prepare them for this. Now this is actually sketch 13 that I'm working on, that you have 3 little banners on and a rectangle in the center. And so this is KCC 14 sketch 13, and I'm just pretty much following it. And I'm going to use this area for my little Stay Curious, where he is got his head in the terracotta pot, and I'm going to pop it up and get it laid down on this panel. Now this is where I did color the edges around my die cut. You know, you usually have a white area around your die cuts when you die cut them out. And I went ahead and took a golden color to the top of the die cut and then green to the bottom, so that my die piece would match the paper that it's laying on, and then you wouldn't see that stark white around it. Now I just did it on this particular die cut, but I didn't do it on the other one. Now I'm just going to glue down my sentiment here, and this is the one that says Stay Curious. And I'm bringing in this T-square that I recently got to try and help me lay it on there straight. I don't know if it worked or not, but I've got that laid down on there, and I'm going to bring in some embellishments. So I ran to grab some. I've got some embellishments in my stash, and I'm just going to grab some of those and get them laid down on here just to add a little extra bling to this card. And I really like how it turned out. I think those little mini stamps and dies from Colorado Craft Company are super cute, and they're great for the Kendra's Card Challenges, because a lot of times your pattern paper is doing a lot of the work, and then you just have a small area for an image or a focal point. And so I really like these minis for that. Now right now I'm thinking I'm going to stamp my personalized stamp on the back of this, but I can't locate it. I did find it later, but not while I was videoing. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish this card base down to make sure I've got a good fold on it. And I'm going to bring in this, I don't know, lavender paper. And this was just in my stash. I think it's something I might have picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I've just got it cut down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to bring my elements in for my sketch 14 that I'm using. And I've got some more of that plaid paper. And it's just in a pink and green pattern. And I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to get my pattern paper laid down on there. And I really like this pattern as well, this paper. I think it's really pretty. And I was just kind of lining them up. And that green strip, I used an embossing folder on to add some detail, and I thought it turned out really pretty as well. So this is another one of those banners that I used, the Easy Wonder Die 1. And I've got that nice stitch edging that the die gives you. And I'm just going to layer up these circles. I've got a green one with the same color as the strip that I laid on there, and then some pink that matches my little banner. And I'm going to pop these circles up, and then I'll just glue my little image of my little cat with a watering can, which I love because I love flowers and I love gardening. And so I think this is fun. And it says relax, and gardening is very relaxing to me. So I think it's super cute. And I should have brought in one of my just fun foam circles to lay that down on, but I chose to use a bunch of adhesive squares. So I've got that laid down on there, and I'm going to bring my little kitty and his little watering can in, and we'll just get him glued down on there. And it'll be a cute little focal point for this card. So I just want to thank Colorado Craft Company for, their sponsorship of Kendra's Card Challenge and the designers, and just celebrate them by making this video and using some of their product. So I'm going to lay some more embellishments down, and I wanted to bring in a different color for this card, so I just grabbed another set. And I'm just going to pull them off and get them laid down here on this, and that'll pretty much finish up this card as well. I had fun making these. I always love coloring. I'm not an expert colorist by any means, but I sure do have a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you like it. I hope you like the cards, and I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.